Those are us. I'm George. We're all George. So, happy Sunday. We're about to enter a new week. And I do believe Bitcoin and crypto holders alike need to prepare for big moves. Big developments happening this week. So, let's discuss them. And also, let's talk about some of these crypto projects, some of my favorites, and what's going on with them as well. So, happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Bitcoin looks like, right now, itching to make the next leg up. We've been stuck at 23.2, 23.3 for quite some time. We're pressing against 23.6 right now, right? And remember I said last week, the next big stop will be this 24.2, 24.3 mark. And if we can hold above there, then we're on our way to 30,000, right? But it looks like Bitcoin is finally pressing upwards, inching slowly. And that is fantastic. Let's see where we end up by the end of this stream. But that is looking good. Entire crypto market cap is looking good, up to 1.07 trillion. Good things. Good things. But there's more. There's more that's coming this week. So, we have a lot of economic data, but the biggest thing has to be what's coming up on Wednesday when Powell announces the next rate hike in the U.S. Now, so many people, they're thinking that it's going to be a non-event. In fact, not just a non-event, but a very bullish event, right? Look at this. Look at this. My camera's cutting this off, but you get the point. 98.4% of the people out there think that Powell is going to raise rates only by 0.25%, 25 basis points. But there's even some super bullish people that think 1.6% of people think he's not going to raise rates at all, right? I think it's going to be 25 basis points. I think this is a very good thing for the market. Very, very, very good thing. It was originally anticipated it's going to be 50 basis points as we start tapering down. But because inflation numbers have shown that for the last 3 months, we've been coming down. And this is due to what Powell did. Also, due to China increasing in manufacturing and improving supply chain, energy costs around the world also coming down. So these are all great things. And that is why people are very bullish, right? So after Wednesday, we'll see. I think Monday through Wednesday, possibly flat markets, but after Wednesday, we will definitely see some volatility. And it could be good volatility. Push us even higher. But regardless, Bitcoin is moving up, not waiting for confirmation. Look at this. We're at 23.6 now. Just inching upwards, right? And also on Thursday, we have a lot of tech earnings. Apple, Google, and Amazon all reporting on the same day. That's going to be huge. So we have some market drivers this week, to say the least. All right, so we have a lot of good stuff. But Bitcoin, like I said, Bitcoin waits for no one. We are seeing one of the best returns in January ever in Bitcoin's history. And if we continue forward, I mean, January is not over yet. We still have a couple of days. And Bitcoin continues to rally. This could be the greatest January ever for Bitcoin. Think about it. We're close to 40%. Back in 2013, we saw 44%. We could shatter it. We could even shatter it during this stream as Bitcoin breaks above 24, right? Bitcoin waits for nobody and continues forward. And we have a lot of charts that's indicating that better days are definitely coming. For the 50 EMA to cross over to 200 EMA, we're getting a bullish cross soon. And the last two times that happened, we had an 82% jump, and then we had a 670% jump, right? That's usually what happens after a bullish cross. And we're about to form that any day now. It could be this week, right? So that's looking fantastic. Also, other on-chain metrics like this, MV MVRV Z-score basically just shows you how oversold and how overbought Bitcoin is, how strong the holders are, right? And you can see every time we flip above from like the 0 mark, Bitcoin goes on a pretty tremendous run. And this only happens when Bitcoin finds a bottom. Usually, when there's some macro factor or the bottom of a cycle, something like that, right? And we are definitely coming up, and we had just broken out, just like all the previous times. So again, another on-chain metric that's indicating good days are coming. And here's another one, right? I mean, there's just so many. It's hard to be bearish these days. I still see some people trying to be very bearish, right? Still trying to spread that FUD, telling people, well, this is a giant fake out. This is a bull trap. Oh, just wait until you see what's coming, you know? I mean, there's still a lot of people that's spreading a lot of fear. And you could tell, some are warranted. It's good to be cautious. But the super bearish people, you know, they're just trying to spread their misery because they just didn't take advantage. They don't believe, they don't care, or they're just simply trying to wreck other people, right? So we have growing fundamentals, growing adoption, right? We have on-chain metrics, we have charts and indicators. Everything is looking great. We're coming off from bottom. We're recovering from bottom. We're nowhere close to top. And that's fantastic because those of us that's been accumulating while things are low, right? We're going to be the ones to be rewarded in the future. That's how it works. You buy low and you sell high, right? So good days are coming, but this week, major volatility. After Wednesday, it'll be Wednesday afternoon, we're going to see some major volatility. It could go down. I mean, Powell could do a surprise thing, but you put two and two together, no. Things are improving. I don't think he's going to be very hawkish. All right, now let's move on to some altcoin news. A lot of you guys are altcoin holders. Let's start with Cardano. Now, Charles even said something I was not even aware of. Exciting to see things move so quickly in the Cardano ecosystem. Side chains are coming. IOHK just released a framework so that other dApp makers could develop and become a side chain, okay? Including Cosmos. That's the thing I didn't know. I didn't know that Cosmos was forming some kind of connection with Cardano. And that's good for both sides. Cardano definitely needs some more dApps, some more DeFi-related things, interoperability, and Cosmos can provide those things. That would be fantastic for Cardano. And also, fantastic for Cosmos. Cosmos' mission is to connect all chains and all dApps in the space, right? So that's pretty big. That's pretty big. I didn't know about that. I need to do more research. But there's also DGED, Hydra, Mithril, right? They're all developments mainly around governance and scaling and growing their DeFi. So Cardano has a lot of stuff, but obviously the biggest thing that's coming is this week, and that is DGED from Cody, which is the very first stablecoin within Cardano's ecosystem. A lot of people are very excited about this, right? And all major DEXs on Cardano or within Cardano's ecosystem are all going to support it, provide liquidity, right? So this could be huge for Cardano in terms of boosting and growing their DeFi ecosystem. So that is coming this week, right? And also they have a new light wallet that's out from IOHK called Lace. And it's a preview version right now. It's not the full thing, but you could go ahead and test it out. I believe this is like, this is like a MetaMask competitor, okay? Because you can see up front, up on top, try Lace on Prepod, and then it has a Chrome. So I think this is like a lightweight browser wallet that's meant to compete with like MetaMask, for example, right? But They have a lot. They have a lot going on. Cardano has not moved much recently, just a little bit. But we tend to see times where Cardano kind of flat and then boom, it starts moving up in a big way. Maybe this, who knows? All right, and then on to Fantom. Fantom is a smaller cap, mid cap, I would say, and it's been growing by leaps and bounds recently. So what's going on with Fantom? Well, they're also growing. They're trying to open up their interoperability so that they could talk and communicate with other chains. So they have this big integration with this other project I'm not familiar with, Axlar, right? But that's exactly what that partnership is to open up interoperability. Fantom is a layer 2 for Ethereum, although they're layer 1 too, because they have their own chain. So they're kind of both L1, L2, and you could have, it's EVM compatible, but you have tokens. You could have ERC20 tokens and also Fantom native tokens, right? So they're like L1, L2, but they're trying to grow out to, to open up communications with other chains, right? That's what we want to see, interoperability. Also, they're doing many, many, many things. In fact, if you look at it in 2022, even though 2022 was a horrible year, in terms of growth, went up by 2,100%. No one else was really even close other than Optimism, which is another L2 for Ethereum, right? But you could see, like, Binance Chain went up 87%, impressive. Algorand, 71%, impressive. Near 942%, impressive, but 2,100% in terms of address growth. So definitely a lot of people and developers coming to Fantom, and they are definitely growing, and that's awesome. That's awesome. And then also they recently introduced their vault, which is basically they're creating a treasury from some of the fees they collect, right? And this is to help incentivize new dApps to come aboard and utilize the Fantom chain. So a lot of exciting things happening with Fantom, and they definitely have been moving quite a lot recently off their bottom. So that's very exciting. But I did say this, even though these projects have been recovering, they're still like 80 to 90% off from their previous top. That's just their previous top. We're not talking about forming a new top, right? So if you think it's too late to be getting in or DCAing, think again, because you're looking at another 9 to 10x just to get back to its previous high, okay? So amazing returns if you think about it that way. And then lastly, let's talk about Avalanche, who finally started to catch up with some of these other L1s, right? And Avalanche, I was searching, not a whole lot of new news, but a lot of previous developments that are pretty big. For example, on AWS, you can launch your own Avalanche node, right? Which is big. And why this could be bigger is because there's a lot of talk about Amazon themselves getting involved with NFTs. Why wouldn't they? Everyone else is. So think about, pretty soon you'll be able to get an Amazon NFT for playing a game or buying something or being a Prime subscriber. Who knows, right? But where are they going to launch this at? Possibly Avalanche, because they just formed this relationship with them, right? Although it may not be them, because AWS does offer nodes for many other projects, including Ethereum. So who knows? It could be Polygon too. All these brands are opening up their NFT marketplace with Polygon, but there's a slight chance it could be Avalanche, right? Exciting things. But besides just Amazon, you got Shopify that allows NFT sales through their online stores now, right? That's pretty big. So, Shopify is one of the biggest, merchants out there, right? Or merchant marketplaces out there. So who knows? Maybe Amazon follows suit. And then you also have a huge funding from Avalanche themselves, $290 million to grow their subnets, their DeFi, gaming, NFTs, right? That is still ongoing, and they're still forming bridges. The last one they formed was bridging Bitcoin to Avalanche, and you usually don't hear about that. Most bridges are to other L1s, L2s. Very little of them are actually bridging to Bitcoin. And Avalanche just did that. That's awesome too. So Avalanche has a lot of things going on as well. And again, just like the other projects, still way off from their previous high, which is a good thing. That means we still have time to accumulate DCA and HODL just to get back to its previous high and then wait as we make new highs, right? So great stuff coming, guys. Great stuff. All right, let's do some Q&A. When will Amazon give me the NFT for watching on Twitch? It would make sense, actually. They do something with Twitch, right? It makes more sense that way. I don't know. All right. Let's scroll here. Os. Been in crypto since 2011. Whales are buying it. They have for months. Don't fire sell your house. TA, bull trap doesn't matter. All FUD, zoom out. Well, some of the TA is actually good, Os. So I'm not so sure that's all FUD, but I agree with you. Schiff owns a bunch of BTC. I have no doubt later on, Peter Schiff, when he finally reveals that he's a Bitcoiner, you know, maybe he'll say something like, "Oh, I bought Bitcoin in 2017," right? Like kind of like O'Leary and Mark Cuban. These guys were dissing Bitcoin in public, on public TV, on CNBC, on interviews, talking about how Bitcoin was nonsense, crypto's nonsense, and then years later they're like, "Oh yeah, I actually bought, you know, in 2017. I just couldn't reveal it." But why did they have to be so negative about it? Right? They could have just said, "Oh, I don't want to talk about it," but no, they were very negative about it. People seem to have forgotten that. So Peter Schiff, he's going to play his part until he finally reveals, "Oh yeah, I own some Bitcoin." It's probably not just a little either. Probably a lot. All right. Noah, this is amazing to see a power DCA after all year buying, even towards the end. As hard as it was, I stuck to my plan and now seeing the results. Congratulations. That's how DCA works. Take the guessing out of it and let the gains come to you. Thoughts on Moonbeam? Do you think they can make it back in the next bull run? I think they have a good shot. It's a L2 on top of Polkadot, or it's a side chain of Polkadot that's EVM compatible, right? They have a shot to come back, yes, but you know, there's just a lot of L2s, and a lot of them are gaining a lot of momentum these days. So Moonbeam is trying to compete with all of them while being in the Polkadot ecosystem. I think that's a bit more challenging. Let's just put it that way, Oliver. Someone says Doge has been frustrating. Where are the whales at? You know, that's the thing. I think because a lot of the Doge whales kind of connected to Tesla, and kind of connected to Elon, and Elon has made no indication so far to integrate Doge into Twitter. So I think that hope is kind of fading for now. But Tesla has been doing really good recently. So I think once Tesla stables out, people get, you know, more comfortable with Tesla not falling once again. Maybe they'll put that money into Doge. I don't know. But Doge is really dependent on Elon at this point. Boom Select, following you from years ago, from low to high. and high to low. Well, thank you. Unemployment numbers on a rise means huge sell-off inbound. Okay, someone else said that, but you gotta put things in perspective. Unemployment going up from a 50-year low. Okay, we're not at a 50-year high. We're not at a 10-year high. We're at a 50-year low point for unemployment at 3.5%. So even though it may be rising very slowly, even jobless claims is coming lower than expected every single week. Even though it's coming up, we're still near a 50-year low, which means the economy is still strong. Reasons why you build your house versus buying existing: because we don't get everything we want. That's the thing. I think, me and my wife, we shopped around for over a year. We looked at all the houses around our area, and we had some criteria. Like I wanted a big garage, very big garage. My wife wanted a really grand kitchen, big pantry, right? But there's other little things that we wanted with the bedrooms and stuff like that, and all this stuff. And every house we looked at, there was something off, something wrong, or something, right? And we're just like, screw it. Why not just build? When you build, you get everything you want. You go pay more, for sure. Every little thing costs a lot, but you get exactly what you want. So that's the difference. And we don't plan on moving ever again, so. George, wouldn't Link partnership with Swift hurt XRP? Not really. Because no one truly believes, to be honest, that XRP is going to overtake Swift. No one truly believes that. Other than XRP Army people may still cling on that hope. But as of right now, there's no major bank that has declared, okay, we're going to use XRP as our bridge currency and get off the Swift standard. Zero. So, yeah, I don't think it hurts XRP at all, because I don't think anyone thinks that's going to happen. Richard says, please don't forget my super chat. What's super chat? Oh, I missed a few here. Actually, how did I miss all those? Overcome, thank you. Axel, it's wrong. Jason, does Terra 2 have a chance of coming back? No, zero chance. I think BTC will hit VHA and go POC. I have no idea what those acronyms are, so I can't comment. DJet is algorithmic stablecoin. Are you worried it'll lose its peg and crash like Luna? No. No, I'm not. Because I think they learned their lesson. It's over collateralized. I think they've spent all this time to try to figure out that we need to make sure that it doesn't crash like Luna and UST. And it's not the same way. It's by a project Cody. It has nothing to do with ADA itself. UST and Luna were tied together by the hips. DJet and Cardano is not. What's up with ETH? Performance pretty weak recently. Man, I had that same thought. I've been wondering why ETH is so stagnant. So a couple things. Number one is there could be a big movement with Ethereum soon, because I've also seen times where Ethereum doesn't move and then all of a sudden it does. So that could be a possibility. Another possibility is people are afraid of the unstaking that's coming up in March, because there's a vast amount of Ethereum that is locked up, right? And people may be thinking, well, once unstaking becomes available, then a lot of it will be dumped, right? That's a possibility. Or it's a combination of both. So we'll see. ETH I would not give up on, but I feel what you're feeling too, because ETH should be moving up more than it has. In fact, it's trailing Bitcoin by a lot. So I don't know. Which type of project will you accumulate the most in 2023? I have everything that you've mentioned. So the only thing probably would be probably beef up DEXs, like DeFi stuff, and probably beef up a little bit in AI stuff. Because I honestly never paid attention to AI before. But all the other ones I have bits and pieces of, so not really adding any new stuff, really. DCA is how winning is done. That is correct. That is correct. How high do you think Polygon can realistically get in this next bull run? A lot higher than their previous high. Let's just put it that way. After we break through our previous high, you know, for Bitcoin at least, I think Bitcoin's going to go up to 200,000, right? So you're talking about from 70 to 200,000. That's two and a half, 3 times. And if Bitcoin could go 300% past their previous high, well, then altcoins like Polygon, for example, can do a 5x, 10x higher, because altcoins always move multiples higher than Bitcoin in terms of percentage. So I don't know. That puts Polygon. Their previous high was like what, $3? Could that put them at like $10? Yeah, they were close, 2.7, right? So could that put them at like $9 or $8? It's possible. It's definitely possible. Why are there might be big moves? Nosely? Well, you have to rewind and then you'll see. Or watch the replay because I just got done talking about it. Can Matic affect ETH prices? No, it complements it. So it cannot, like, if you're asking if Polygon could just like take over and replace Ethereum, the answer is no, because it's dependent on Ethereum, really. So it's more complementing it. So if Polygon gets bigger, it only helps Ethereum. Let's see. That is lively chat for a Sunday. A lot of people very, very excited these days. That's good to see some enthusiasm. Did the shorts get wrecked at 23,000? I think so, but I think the bears are still trying to put a move or put a wall right around there, trying to prevent us from getting to 24.2. Right? You can see right now, Bitcoin's trying hard. So if we do break out and we get some more short squeezes, we could be above 24.3, and that could be today. And after that, well, that's when it gets really exciting, because after this, there's not a whole lot to get back to 30,000, right? And what's great is, and this is something I've been saying, I'm not the biggest TA guy, nor do I depend on TA. But if you look at something like on a daily scale, you look at something like stochastic RSI and even MACD, right? You could see both have been falling, right? Stochastic RSI is almost near bottom again, right? But you could actually see it's flipping above. And MACD is going down, and it looks like it wants to go to red. But despite these indicators going down, Bitcoin's price has not gone down. It has gone upwards, in fact. That shows you how strong the momentum is right now. Normally speaking, that's not the case. When you see both of these come down, what happens? Bitcoin's price goes down in a big way, right? When there's fear, when there's FUD, when FTX happened, look at how far Bitcoin fell from 21 all the way to 15, right? And you could see the indicators showed that. But this time around, even with these indicators going down, except RSI is still high, but you can see Bitcoin's price actually going in reverse, still heading higher. So when this actually starts flipping above again, we could gain that huge momentum to push us above 24.3 and then possibly push us to like 30,000, which would be insane if it happened within the next 2 months, let's say. If it happens, if we get to 30K by March, I would be shocked. I would actually be shocked because it shouldn't be moving this fast, right? But this is what happens when people FOMO. They fear they missed out. They didn't accumulate when prices were low. They missed out completely at 15 or 16. We were stuck at 16 for so long. But every single bottom, there's always people that refuse to believe it's bottom and keep hoping that it's going to go lower because the sentiment was, or there's some people that said, oh, Bitcoin will go to 8K or 10K or 11K. And they just keep waiting. And now they cost themselves a whole bunch of cheap Bitcoins. And now they have to buy back at much higher, right? But yeah, I mean, even from a TA perspective, it's looking good. Anyways. Not a fan of ICP. Never been a fan of ICP. Soul is pumping. How much Cardano are you holding? That's for me to know, not for you to know. Let's see. All right, I think I caught up there. Ninja Glock. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why others aren't talking about it. You would figure other people have picked up on it, but, you know, even with my amateurish TA skills, you know, you notice some of these things, right? When these indicators are going down, when the Bitcoin price is not, that shows you there's just so much momentum, upwards momentum and buying that's happening right now. Ooh, we might see a little movement here. A little movement. Our previous local top was right here, about 23.8. Let's see if we can break through that this time. It's only 200 points. Hertz. No idea. What? Is that a project? I have no idea what you're talking about. How can I apply on the NFT show you're hosting? I tweeted out. Go look at the tweet. Go look at the tweet. It links up to a blog post with the form that you apply with. Lisa Boo. Big super sticker. Thank you. Appreciate it. Too bad it's a little too early for a blue label, although I busted out last night. But a little too early to be drinking blue label right now. All right, guys. Let's call it a stream. Right now, Bitcoin is looking like it wants to break higher. Let's see what it does. Tomorrow, we start a new week. It'll be a very interesting week. I do believe big moves are coming in a good way. But we will see. We will see. Tonight, I'll have another weekly recap for you guys to recap everything that happened this week. And that's it. Enjoy your Sunday. And I will see you guys tomorrow bright and early, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.